I'm Kortnie.
And I'm Emily. And this is Cheers to That. Back in action.
Welcome back.
It's just us. There are no boys today, even though the episode with the husbands is now critically acclaimed.
Yeah, apparently. This isn't fair.
No.
They come on one time.
Yeah.
This is the recognition that they get.
It's ridiculous. We've been out here sweating, working. This is episode 19. Working forever. Those boys show up for one episode.
All
Everyone
of a sudden,
loves them.
Yeah. Not
Make
fair.
it make sense.
AKA Connor's mom. But
yeah, literally just Connor's mom.
Still.
Unbiased, completely unbiased opinion. Yeah, no, everyone that's listened to it has been cracking up and has told me that I do accurately do Connor's voice.
Good.
So,
good for you.
I feel vindicated.
That you have it down after all of these years.
Yes, after all these years, I do know how to mimic him. Anyways, if you're just tuning in, hello and welcome. This is your weekly podcast where we talk about motherhood, marriage, and laugh at everything in between. So, Kortnie, I haven't hit you with a random question in a while.
Oh, yes. Please go for it. I have one for you.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
Hit me with your best shot.
So I was randomly...
I'm scared for how much you're smiling.
No, it's funny because I was randomly thinking of this. Why? I have no idea.
Where
and
the
I
best
was like,
questions come
ooh,
from.
I wonder what Emily's take would be because she's a history teacher.
Oh, God.
So this is not like politically charged at all. Who do you think the best president of the United States has ever been?
Why would you do this to me?
Why?
It's just such an intense question. and
This is what I thought about in the middle of the night.
I'm going to seem really stupid if I answer wrong.
Mm.
I'm going to go, it's fine. I got my answer.
I mean, I have no idea. So.
My answer is, I think, what every basic history teacher would say, and that's FDR, because he came in like early-ish Great Depression and like spanked it and cranked that shit back.
Okay. Cranked that soldier boy.
He cranked that soldier boy because Hoover did such a bad job. And then we got involved in World War II, but he tried to keep us out of it. But then they bombed Pearl Harbor and he was
full
strong-armed them. Let's go.
Yeah.
You want to bomb Pearl Harbor? You're going to get mess with the bull, you get the horns. And I think he's a badass too because he had polio when he was a kid and couldn't walk. Yeah. And no one ever knew that really except people that worked closely to him. So it's really interesting, especially if you watch movies
about
Pearl
that
Harbor
fact,
where they show him like standing. It's a big deal. So I feel like he was just a good strong example of an American president. Like other countries looked at him and were like, ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
And
they feared us for a little bit. I like that. Okay.
What about you?
I mean, I have no idea. That's why I was asking
you. Do you want me to ask you something special education related?
Please no.
What's your favorite accommodation on an IEP?
I was genuinely curious about our history of the United States. So that's what made me think of that.
Let me ask for real though. Speaking of your special education job, what is your favorite, most effective accommodation you feel like putting on an individualized education plan?
Okay. Let me think. There's just so many of them. I'm trying to think.
Can I tell you my least favorite as a general education teacher?
Copy of notes.
Actually, that was not what I was going to say, but you better believe it. Copying the notes myself in high school whenever I would make the kids take Cornell notes. I'd have to take my own Cornell notes and then make copies of them. So annoying. No, I was going to say chunk and check.
Oh, because
that's what you do for the whole class.
You already chunk and check. So, I would say for some students, maybe, well, no, some of these accommodations they give, like positive reinforcement, you're already doing that for all of the kids.
Yeah.
I do like assistive technology, whenever you give the kids access to what they call a word processor, aka a laptop.
Yeah.
And the kids that go from not being able to write anything because maybe they have dysgraphia, all of a sudden, either they're typing it or I do allow them, if their accommodations say they can use it, speech to text, and then they have so much to say, they just couldn't get it out. So it's probably one of my favorites.
No, I love that. Well, if you have a kid and you're worried about dysgraphia, call Kortnie. She knows things. I'm like, shut up, sit down. You're fine. Yeah, I love that. That's the teacher talk of the day.
Yep.
Well, today is a Monday. We're recording on a Monday because you just got back from Austin yesterday.
Yes,
Can you describe your experience?
Well, let me start out by saying we went there to celebrate my niece's 3rd birthday.
She's 3.
I know. It was so much fun. She had a little dinosaur themed party. So we had that part of the day. But then towards the end of the night, we got a babysitter and we went out for the first time in a very long time. I know I just went to the concert with my sister, but it was different.
It's different to just like go out and be like, we're going to the bar. So it was you, your sister, your brother-in-law, and Matthew.
Yes, and then some of their friends too.
Oh,
but the part is the group broke off and mostly everyone went home around 11:30, like a responsible adult. And Lauren and myself and my Matt went out. And it's only what you can describe as what Matt and his high school best friend would say is, I got foobarred.
That's one of my favorite phrases, foobarred. If you don't know what foobarred is,
Google it.
I was going to say, do you want to say it? Go ahead and Urban Dictionary that. Yes. Foobarred is something that should be in your daily life as a term. It's so funny.
I'm on day 2 of a hangover, and so I've written off drinking like that for the rest of my life.
So if you're watching, you can see if you're listening, I guess. Courtney has water and I have a glass of wine.
I can't even stomach an
6 p.m. And yeah, whenever I said, do you want a glass of wine? I saw her visibly gag.
It was a lot of fun though. And Austin is like just a different beast.
So different.
You go out and it's just such a vibe. Like any bar you go to, it's just fun.
It's so much better than going out in Houston. Like I feel like I can say that definitively. Going out in Houston, greater than going out in, what did I say? I'm in Austin.
Yeah. I know what
going out in Austin.
You're saying.
Greater than going out in Houston.
Well, I've only been out in Houston once, and it was okay, but it was during COVID. Yeah, whenever we went out with Lauren and Matt when they were in town.
That's the only time?
Mm-hmm. Like truly going out downtown. I know.
It's not the best. It's fine.
I think that's why, because we don't really go out in general, and now I remember why I don't go out, because it's too much to suffer through.
It just gets worse and worse. And like parenting and working the next day.
Yeah, no.
See, I drank a little bit of wine last night with my father-in-law's wife, and I definitely was sweating red wine a little bit this morning. But like the thing about me is I'm a survivor, and so I'm going to go right back into more wine.
You know how, I mean, you can enjoy a glass of wine or two, and like you just recover more quickly most of the time.
Big facts.
I took a nap on my lunch break today is where I was at. So
I hate that for you. I hate that experience for you more than anything. Well, let me tell you about my Monday.
Yes, please.
Twas the Mondayest Monday that ever Mondayed. So, like I said, I had a couple drinks last night. She broke out the expensive red wine, so I was like,
you can't turn it down.
Let's get down on it, girl. So anyways, I woke up at 2 a.m. and realized I was not wearing my night guard,
You sent me a TikTok at 3 a.m. whenever I saw that when I woke up at like 7:30, so I figured something was up.
Also, like, it's not rare for me to have a middle of the night insomnia. I do that a lot, like, and especially since I've had Fielding, he jacked me up completely. So
you just randomly will wake up for like an hour at a time, right?
Like, I'll wake up usually around 2 or 3, and then I stay up for an hour to an hour and a half, and like just bebop around. And it's like, they tell you don't get your phone because it'll keep you awake. It doesn't matter what I do. I will be awake for a full hour. And usually I have to end the session by watching blackhead popping videos so that it relaxes me to sleep, or reading my book, and then that will make me eventually fall asleep too. So anyways, nocturnal, what's up? But yeah, I woke up and I was like, I need my night guard immediately. My jaw's dying. Then I found a spider in the kitchen, and I told Connor, hello, yes, there's a spider in a web in the kitchen.
Can you wake him up?
Kill that? No, I texted it to him. But then I'm sure Connor was like, why are you texting me about a spider in the kitchen at 2 a.m., you
Did he wake up because of the text?
No. He got it before he left for work. I know. Connor doesn't wake up to text at night. Okay. No. It was just so funny because I'm sure he was like, I live with a serial killer. Because I'm like, hello, yes. On the door stopper up high on the back door, there is a spider that's weird and creepy, and you need to get that in the morning.
Take care of it, or we're getting a divorce.
It's been extra buggy these days.
It's because of the hurricane. It's been
I hate
so
it,
bad for
and I resent
us.
it, and I don't support it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was how I started my day at 2 a.m. I went back to sleep. It was one of those like weird dead sleeps. When I woke up, or trying to wake up for work, should have gotten up earlier. Story of my freaking life. Story of my life. I'm taking Fielding to daycare. He's fighting me tooth and nail.
No. Tucker fought me this morning.
He gets his nap mat off the counter and brings it back into our room and tries to lay in it in bed.
Yeah.
Sir, goodbye. I had kids today, so I had to actually, I was like, you have to go to school. So anyways, take him to daycare. He throws the worst fit I have ever seen him throw going into daycare. And I don't know that we've mentioned it on the podcast before, but like our daycare, they come and get the kids out of the car for you. Well, I've been taking Fielding in the golf cart, and it's easy because then no car seat, just boom, boom, get out, toodles. I had to carry him in because the teacher couldn't get him.
Oh my gosh.
Because he was freaking out. No. And he is a large man. So, and she was just like a little petite thing.
Yeah. Well, and she probably doesn't want to like accidentally like scratch him or something in like this debacle that's happening.
So that happened. And I was like, I'm stressed. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's a rough way to start the day.
Not great. Came home after like the rush of the morning. Look at my entryway. Harper threw up all over it.
No.
Did you not notice that I don't have a rug up there anymore?
No, I didn't even notice.
I had to throw away the rug because the rug's seen too much.
Yeah.
The rug is...
A rug that size you can replace for $30, $40.
I called time of death this morning. That rug has seen it all, and we love that rug. We got it. It's like probably 5x7 or something. It's not huge, but we got it at a furniture store, and it's like was a good thick rug. Yeah. And we got it for like $80. So we've kept it and liked it so much, and it's...
Is this because she's been sick?
It's because she's a dumb, stupid idiot. Oh, but yes, probably. Yeah. Sorry, I guess... If you're being nice to your animal, yes, it's because she's sick. Because Harper has to have a medical emergency minimum once a quarter.
She literally is. What are those people called?
Like a hypochondriac? Yeah, or Munchausen.
No, she's a hypochondriac for sure.
That dog.
But she forces herself to be sick.
Correct. So she was doing this weird cough. Like when we were traveling so much in July, we had taken her to boarding like back to back a couple of weekends. And so she was in boarding a lot. Well, she comes home and she's coughing. And so I'm like, okay, well, she's just got like a little cold or whatever. So Connor took her to the vet a couple weeks ago, and they're like, yeah, she's got like an upper respiratory infection. What dog do you know?
Harper.
Like
literally only Harper.
Only Harper would get UTIs.
Yes.
Upper respiratory infection. Dislocated shoulder. Like,
where's our list of everything Harper has been through in her lifetime?
Yeah.
Of a short span of life.
She owes me a debt.
Yes.
An expensive debt. I drove that dog to an emergency room, an animal emergency room, and they got her out of my car on a stretcher. So I'll let you guess. I'll let you speculate the cost of that.
She's literally so dramatic, though.
Oh,
and because she's a big dog, just imagine the amount of throw up that came out of this dog. She's huge.
Was not good. So I actually saw it on the way leaving to go to daycare. So I'm like trying to get fielding shoes on. We're already sweating and chaotic. I look over and I audibly go because I was like, no, one more thing.
Yeah. So you're trying to come home and teach your class.
Well, I'm like trying to come home, take a shower, get my makeup on, whatever. So anyways, had to roll up that rug, drag it to the curb, and it was just like, why is this happening to me? Why am I being punished?
Hate that.
So then did that and worked my work day, and then had to go get a pap smear. I topped it off with the pap smear, and so
like a freaking cherry on top.
No, it's just like what more? I also made an inappropriate joke to...
Of course you did.
I know.
You always do.
I know.
What was your joke?
I told my mom, and she was like, Emily, please stop this. So I said... What's bad is I did this in my work Teams chat as well, but it was just ladies.
Okay.
It was funny. So I said... The nurse was like, hey, how's it going today? And I said, it's an exciting day. I love being here. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure you look forward to it all year. Ha, ha, ha. And I said, well, the paps ain't going to smear themselves.
Okay. And you could have stopped at her laugh the first time.
You know me, though. I want to ramp it up.
But you just couldn't. You couldn't stop.
It was low-hanging fruit.
What did she do?
I have made something
she put something in your notes. Is like, please don't let me treat this patient again.
Mentally ill. We need a psych eval. I don't know, dude. I am.
It's so funny.
Hanging on by a thread.
No, that's how you make, like, I feel like you are good at, like, whenever you have an uncomfortable situation, you, like, make a joke to try to make it better.
Is that good?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's a good quality to have.
I don't know. I think, and then my doctor comes in and I, like, love her, my girl Cass, and I'm like, she's like, how's life, whatever, and I'm like, well, my son drank out of a toilet the other day, and she's like, cool. Any concerns? I'm like, about my son or myself?
You're like, are we talking about down there?
Yeah,
like concerns?
He has listeria now.
In general concerns, like, can you be my second therapist?
And she's like, one of the reasons I love her is because she's so, like, unflappable. Like, I could tell her, like, I grew a third eye, and she'd be like, okay, cool.
Let's look into that.
Yeah, we'll look at that and I'll let you know.
Yeah. And
I, like, make my obnoxious jokes all the time. Like, that's just who I am as a person. And so she's like, yeah, cool. Okay, anyways. And I'm like,
so then you just keep.
It was a joke. Laugh at me.
Love that.
But overall,
then you came back and I texted you and I was like, hey, are we doing this podcast today? Because your girl I'm really hanging on by a thread,
well,
too.
I told you, I'm so hungry. Yeah. I was door dashing my food on the way home. Yeah. And it said an hour, and I'm like...
An hour?
Yeah, I wanted Bluebees.
Oh. You old bitch.
I was on the phone with my mom.
You're literally 110.
No, I know. I was on the phone with my mom while I was ordering it, and I was like, ooh, I want stuffing, too. And she's like, what?
Honestly, stuffing slaps, though.
Thank you. Thank you. My mom said I'm so weird.
No.
What's the other name for it? Dressing.
If I call it stuffing. Stovetop
I call it stuffing, too, but if it's not stuffed into something, is it still stuffing?
Yes, I think. But regardless, whenever I'm feeling sick, I either want it's like a cup of noodles. It's like a microwavable thing. Girl. Or stovetop stuffing. Dude. And then give me homemade stuffing, even better.
But you know my passion for stovetop stuffing. And this is a realization, what I'm about to impart on you guys is such a powerful piece of wisdom. I was once walking through the grocery store, and I passed the stuffing on the aisle, and I said to myself, I love stuffing. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. It was probably March. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. And then a light bulb went off in my head.
I'm an adult.
No, I said to myself, you can eat stuffing whenever you want.
No, literally.
And then I proceeded to make stuffing for dinners all the time. And then people come over and be like, what's going on here? And I'm like...
when we first got married, I went through a random train of just stovetop stuffing. That was our go-to side.
Stuffing is elite.
It's so good.
Like, I would honestly...
Give me all of the sodium. I don't care.
Literally, it's ramen noodles on bread.
I don't care.
I don't care. It's worth it. So I did order a side of dressing... stuffing, whatever.
Respect it.
And I found out you can order like a party platter of the fried fish. So if you don't know what Luby's is, it's literally a cafeteria. It's called Luby's Cafeteria. I grew up this is my childhood is Luby's. My grandma and my mom and we would go there all the time. But I found out you can order a party platter of the fried fish, which looks like a rectangle. Don't know what kind of fish they're catching. I think it's mixed in a mixer.
It's just a giant rectangle.
Yeah, but you can order a party platter with 7 of them for $70. What a deal! I almost pulled the trigger and just froze them and then air fried them, and then I was like, "You're taking this too far."
Too far.
As always, too far.
You would be like, "This is my meal prep for the week."
Just a fucking slab of fried fish. Healthy. Working on my fitness.
You're eating that while you're walking on
my treadmill.
Your walking pad while you're doing a meeting. Just honestly, your fried fish.
Facts.
Speaking of that, you did walk on your walking pad last week for an hour. So you bought this thing off of Amazon, right?
That's a big fact.
And you have a standing desk now, and it's really coming in handy.
It's that WFH Life, work from home if you're not familiar. Yeah, you have to keep your legs active because all the old people that I work with started freaking me out and saying they were getting blood clots. And so mommy doesn't want a blood clot.
Yeah.
So honestly, the thing about me with exercise is like I have to be so intensely distracted to continue doing it, or the entire time I'm thinking, how much longer am I going to have to do this? Whenever I'm walking fast, speed walking on a meeting, I lose all track of time.
Yeah. You're on a meeting, you have a TV going, like you're covered.
I'm a psychopath.
Meanwhile, I don't know because I'm on the opposite end and I think I'm also a psychopath because if I go on a run, I don't want to even, sometimes I don't even want music or a podcast. I just like, I raw dog it.
What?
Yes.
What?
And most of the time I can't find my headphones either.
Kortnie.
I've lost them again. But
not surprised. You run, then all you hear is your breathing.
I hear my thoughts. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I drown those out so hard.
Well, I have a therapist whenever you're your own therapist in your mind.
Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds healthy. No, I did. I posted on my Instagram stories the other day because I had Grey's Anatomy playing in the background. I was on a meeting, but I had Grey's Anatomy turned down, so I was just reading subtitles while also on a meeting, while walking, while typing. And your sister responded to me and was like, "This is your brain?" I'm like, yes. I think it's not good
my
here.
favorite thing is that you love to shock Lauren. Like,
it's my favorite thing to do.
You'll send a picture like of you drinking Dr. Pepper at 7 a.m. and she's just flabbergasted.
Honestly, that's my next move. That's where the party platter of Luby's comes in. I'm like, "Hey, Lauren, what's up?" "I'm eating 7 fish fillets, girl."
With my stovetop stuff.
Yeah, Lauren's like, "Stovetop, the sodium." Yeah, Lauren and I are opposite ends of the spectrum as far as like existing.
Yes, and I love it. That's why
and we love each other.
That's why she says, like, you and her husband, Matt, are literally the same person.
So Lauren's married to me in a 40-year-old man form. Like, everyone, we joke all the time, like, y'all are always like, oh my God, it's like so Matt Graham coded because we do things that it's weird.
Y'all are very simpatico and not even living in the same city.
Unhinged.
It's very weird.
It's just a level of barbarianism that people haven't seen since the Dark Ages.
That's why Lauren loves you.
Yeah. I do shower more than Matt, though, so Matt's a little dirtier than me. He's like, soap isn't real. He's like more Matthew McConaughey.
Y'all are on different ends of the spectrum there, where you'll take like 2 or 3 showers a day.
Oh, I love a 3-shower day.
He's like, soap? What's that? I don't need soap.
I jump in the pool. That's how I get clean. I'm like, but you know what? I'm raising a neurotic shower too, because Fielding gets in the shower. Like, Connor showers, Fielding gets in. I shower, Fielding gets in. At night, he gets in. He's taking 3 showers a day on the weekend.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't wash him every time. I'm just like, let the water fall on you, buddy.
Hey, if he's not dried out, he's fine.
No, he's not a reptile like us. Yeah, so anyways, I don't even know what that tangent was. I told Kortnie we don't even have to come in here with a plan because I have so much material.
Yeah.
From just this day alone.
Yeah. It's been a long week since we recorded. Like, I just don't even understand. I was wanting to get your input though, on your like reading and watching stuff because you watched the new Twisters.
I did.
And life hack, you can buy it.
Big facts. And also, guess what, everybody? Growth. I did my homework. Boom. I watched the OG Twisters.
You did?
Is it just Twister? Twister. I watched Twister Friday night. And then I watched New Twisters Saturday, and it was really good.
Which one?
Both, but I was talking about the new one specifically. But they're really good. The beginning of the new one. Now I'm going to give you a real spoiler alert, not a Kortnie spoiler alert.
Oh! I was about to throw you under the bus.
No. I'm going to do what the meaning of spoiler is. The beginning was shocking to me. That's it. That's the end of my statement.
Stop there, but I need to know what happened.
Watch the movie. Like, yeah, that's the point.
Well, now I'm on a cliffhanger.
I'm advertising for the movie. The beginning shocked me. Like, Connor and I both were like, oh, but it was really good. And Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous coupling.
And Daisy Edgar Jones is just like
I'm obsessed.
Beautiful being.
I just want to watch her like exist and move. She's so demure and mindful.
Yes.
Very topical.
Very demure.
She's beautiful, and it was really good. Good story. I liked it.
Sorry, I just realized I forgot to take my Zyrtec today, and this eye is really itching. Don't mind me just digging in my eye.
I had to put, my eyes are a little red still, huh? Because I had to put Visine in my eyes yesterday because I think I was allergic to Chris and Hannah's dog.
Oh.
But she doesn't even shed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just, Hannah, if you're listening, Chris, if you're listening, I'm not
throwing your
dog under the bus, but my eyes started itching after she touched me. So it must be Dolly's fault. Meanwhile, I live with a freaking grizzly bear.
Yeah. You're like, it couldn't be her. No,
well, I don't touch her, so
what's happening. But anyway, sorry.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good. So that's definitely on my
it was so
watch
good.
list. I want to see it.
And we bought it for, I think, like $25, which I know sounds expensive.
No, it's not. Think about how much you spend going to the theater. The tickets now are, what, $12 a piece?
At least. I would say closer to $15.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Break it down now. Doom.
Okay, $12 a piece on the cheap end, right?
24
tickets.
Oh, four.
Or no,
oh, four.
Like
FOR.
4 tickets. Trying to include.
It's like, are we going together? Okay.
So $24 already. You have snacks because you can't go to the movie theater without
the movies
without popping some popcorn. Wait, that's at home.
Popping tags.
Yeah, whatever. Buying some popcorn and then babysitter.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even factor in the babysitter. No, literally.
$75.
So I got off so cheap. Well, even when I took Addie and Fielding to the movies, and like you paid me back for Addie's part, but still, I'm pretty sure I spent $50 that day.
Yeah.
Like
I sent you like
sent me $25. I know.
It's fine, but I was also like, geez, like to go to the movies for one kid?
Well, that was also my B because I accidentally bought tickets for Inside Out 2 instead of Despicable Me 4, and then I had to switch them, and they put me in the SDX theater, which was fancier.
Oh, that's why it was so expensive.
I know. Well, here's the thing is that like what I need Disney Pixar conglomerates to stop doing is making these movies that are 2 words, 1 number. Inside Out 2, Despicable Me 4. How am I supposed to keep that straight?
I mean, you just look at the icons.
I'm just a girl.
Whenever you're booking the ticket.
Well, then I was had just gotten, or I was about to leave for the theater, and I said something to one of my friends, Dahlia, and I was like, I'm about to take him to Inside Out 2. And she was like, why are you going to take your 2-year-old Inside Out 2? That movie's about puberty. And I was like, that's not what I meant. Shit. Because then I realized it was Despicable Me 4 that I meant the whole time.
Wait, the Inside Out 2 is about puberty?
I mean, I don't think they're like
no, but
teaching how to use tampons. But I think
because
it's like,
the girl has grown up.
Exactly.
I didn't even realize that because I haven't watched it yet.
I mean, I think it's like, you would probably want to play it for like a elementary school kid more. And like, I don't think that it's like super graphic or anything, but she's dealing with more complex emotions.
She was just confused, like why out of all the movies?
Well, like Fielding doesn't want to like learn about his feelings. He wants to watch Minions eat bananas and like get x-rays and see bananas in their stomach. He's like, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I respect it.
So anyways, I also bought Despicable Me 4. The kids are watching that right now in the living room.
Yes.
That was $30.
Yeah. Hey,
that was $30.
Money bags throwing out money on all sorts of movies.
Anyone want me to buy anything else? But it's so good. Despicable Me 4 is great. Soundtrack by Pharrell. Always a good time. Always a good time.
So much more.
I just get about Connor and I get really invested into movies. You do. It's called
I haven't watched anything.
We reversed this week.
We did because I just was in a whirlwind, I feel like. And Matt was gone out of town last week. He's going to be gone out of town again this week.
My grandma told me not to tell people when our parents, what are they called? Husbands are going out of town.
Oh, I lied. I mean, he's going to be at home all week.
My grandma said, I'm going to tell you one thing. Don't tell them.
Honestly, that's so smart. But by the time this launches on Wednesday, and by the time the YouTubers watch it on Friday, they'll be back. So
yeah, these piggies will be cared for. You just told them how long they're going to be gone. Kortnie! And their itinerary says they'll be back at 4:37 p.m. So if you want to rob us,
this is my address.
Literally. Do you want my social security number too? While we're at it? Show us the front and back of your debit card.
But that leads us to our little miniature, I can't talk today, mini topic for the day. Because I feel like it's not that we were wanting to tackle something a little bit larger. And then, Monday came and today's not the day for that. So
I just need a little minty break.
We have a little mini topic of how do you survive? What do you do when you are quote unquote single momming it? And I know that's probably a disgrace to like the actual single moms, but whenever you're used to that
doing it on your own.
And then your husband is all of a sudden out of town, like either by choice or by work, with our husbands, because they are, not going to name any more dates, but like they are out of town quite a bit.
They'll be out of town. Second week in September. Just kidding. Kortnie would be like, and they're leaving at 6 a.m. and they'll be back at 4 on Friday. So if you want to rob me anytime in that window, masquerade yourself as a cable guy. I'll let you in. Come on.
I do answer the door for just about anybody.
I do not.
I've stopped that, but
I'm proud of you.
I've learned. Anyways, like let's talk about some tips and tricks that we have whenever the guys go out of town, because a lot of times like it does feel like survival mode.
Yeah.
And it's funny because before we had kids, like if Matt would go out of town, it was kind of like
your me time.
My little like treat to myself of like, oh my God, I can watch what I want. And like, of course I missed him. I still love him, but I was like, bye, see you.
Remember in Ohio, we would have sleepovers and we would. Do you remember that one time we watched that really sad movie at my house in Ohio? And we were just drinking wine, sobbing on the couch. I'm pretty sure, like, not to be weird, but I'm pretty sure we shared a bed that night because it was like so emotional.
I don't even remember past the crying of the movie.
Oh my God, we were sobbing. But that was like our girl time. Yeah. It was so fun. And we would walk down to the mine sometimes.
Yes.
The most ratchet bar that's ever existed. Those, before kids...
It's different.
It's different. It's lonelier.
It's definitely lonely. Yeah.
And I felt more scared before I had a kid because it's like my little buddy that can, not that he's going to protect me, but like
I know, but you have that companionship still. And I will say, whenever Matt, like either he would like work late or be out of town, I definitely would get scared. I would go like check the locks multiple times. And now I just check the locks like twice maybe. And even the garage door, like the lock into that door, like I always lock it just because I'm like, I don't want anything happening.
No,
and
then,
so like one of my tips, I guess, all sleeping rules, like as far as where they're sleeping, go out the window, because I've tried to put them in their own bed while he's gone.
Scary.
And then I think of them like they're upstairs, and like if something were to happen, it's just me to get to them. So then it's kind of our fun time of like, hey, you guys get to sleep with me this week because dad's going to be out of town.
And my mom always did that growing up, and it was like so special. Like I did that until while I was into like teenagehood. When Troy would leave, I would get to sleep in my mom's bed, and it was like, ooh, it felt so special and fun.
I know. Addie gets so excited if I tell her, like, hey, I'm not putting you down in your bed tonight. Like, you get to sleep with me. So that just, like, makes it easier. And also taking the pressure off of, like, dinners is something that I've had to, like, throw out the window of, hey, we might have a frozen pizza, and that's okay.
I have no pressure on dinner, so, like, I can't relate to that since I probably have Libby's waiting for me in my living room right now.
You're like, so can you finish with those tips and tricks so I can eat my my fish?
My 7 fish patties. I'm just kidding. I think those are really good ones. And I think you and I present 2 different sides of the coin. Is that what the phrase is?
Sure. We can
2
make it a
sides
phrase.
of the same coin. That's what it is. Sorry, just had to burp. But like you are more regimented about like dinner and stuff, and I'm more lackadaisical about 90% of things. But like for the people that are more of a Kortnie than an Emily, like that is an important reminder that it's like, it's going to be okay if they eat a frozen pizza and like you don't get a vegetable on the side. Like they're not going to die.
Yes. They will be okay for one day because guess what? I cook the vegetables and they don't eat it regardless. Well,
quite the inverse is happening here where it's like, hey, maybe throw in a vegetable, Emily. But alas, here we are. Eat your mac and cheese and sit down, you're
going to make it and they're not going to eat it anyway. So
big facts, especially my son. He goes on hunger strikes. He does not care. Yeah. He won't eat.
He literally,
he's like, fine.
His willpower is
I cannot
a
last
lot
you.
Stronger than yours. And yours is pretty strong.
It's kind of, I'm at my match. Yeah. Another tip, I think, like, for me, I feel so much anxiety leading up to Connor leaving. Like, he had to leave on Sunday this past week, which really sucked because it's like, usually when they leave on Mondays.
Sunday really throws you off.
It's hard. It's like, these are days we're supposed to get to, like, be together.
Yeah.
So he left, like, midday on Sunday, and I was feeling, like, so anxious and sad about it. And then once I get past that first night, I'm so much better. It's like reminding myself, like, that I can get through it. So I think a, like, thing for me is, like, get through the first day and try to hold it together because you'll feel so much better, like, once you get past the initial weirdness of being home alone. Like, I don't know. I just need that first night to pass, and then I'm really okay until he comes back. And I, like, miss him and want him back so badly, but, like, if I can make it past that first night, I'm going to be okay.
I'm opposite, where I'm okay the first couple of days, and then it's towards the end where I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. You literally and I think so differently. It's people that have talked to me about us and, like, listen to the podcast. They're like, it's so funny because you and I are so similar in some ways.
Yeah.
And then there's some things where we're so completely opposite. And it's like, it's just interesting, like, how people perceive the world and, like, why it works, right? Yeah. But it's just funny because, like,
I know.
It's just interesting, just the little commentary on culture.
I would say another thing that I have started trying to do, especially working from home now, is like reaching out to people.
Yeah.
And like last week I reached out to a friend like, hey, do you want to grab dinner? It was super like just did that, and then like went on a walk with another friend, or like you and I will have dinner together. Because sometimes it's easier where I'm like, I'll just like stay home with them all afternoon, because then it's like we can do our regimen.
I'm bad about
all of that. It's like easier, but it makes the day more enjoyable, the afternoon more enjoyable if like you go out and do one thing and then still be home at a decent time.
And get that adult interaction, especially working from home.
Yes.
Like, I know I've found myself sometimes going days without like seeing another adult, and it's like, okay, like
now's the time.
Go.
Yes.
One other thing I will say, and some people may find this weird, I don't care. Putting Fielding in the shower with me instead of giving him a separate bath.
Oh, for sure.
Once he was like big enough to sit in the shower, game changer.
Well, the thing is, he's not 12 and you're doing this.
No, but like if he was, whatever, get in. Get in. We're washing.
Yeah.
But no, but for real, like that was a big game changer for me. Like when he was younger and Connor would go out of town, because I didn't have to worry about bath time and then this. And like now, Fielding, like I said, loves the shower. So like he literally goes in shower, and wants to get in there even when no one is in there.
Yeah.
So that is a big thing, because it like just eliminates the task. It's one less task.
I'll do that sometimes, and then other times, because Tucker really, it just depends on the day. If he's in a mood, he doesn't like the shower at all.
Really?
He'd rather have his bath time. But then with bath time, I just make sure and like washing out. Like we're not going to sit here and play. Sorry, guys.
Your kids are way more players in the tub.
They love
Fielding's
to
not
play in the tub, but they
like
love the water.
He'll play, But, like, he doesn't. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm out. Toodles.
I mean, I wish they were like that. I have to give them like, hey, 2 more minutes. And I mean, they're fine to get out. Like they're willingly, once they know time is up, like they'll get out. But yeah, just to make it easier, it's like, all right, in and out, like as fast as we can get you guys washed.
Yes. But Fielding right now wants me to hold him in the shower.
Yeah.
Which is really treacherous.
Well, they're all very slick and
everyone's
slimy.
So slippery. He's so heavy.
Yeah.
And he like wants to throw his head around and like get in the shower water. And I'm like, hey, this isn't good.
Yeah.
This is bad. And he's like, like reaching his little rat claws up to me and wanting me to hold him. And then I hold him and I'm like, okay, well.
This is,
we're both going to die because I'm going to fall over and get a concussion and then drown.
It's so dangerous.
No, it's scary. But he also likes to turn the shower off himself. So
I would do that when Tuck was little, like a baby. And because that was before he could sit up in the shower or stand.
Especially when they're congested.
Yes. Well, that's what we would do is we would get in the shower and because, he was always congested.
Yes.
And, but he was so slippery the whole time. It's like trying to grab a fish after you've got
I literally almost dropped Fielding one time and Connor was like, Emily, like you almost killed him. And I caught him barely, but I probably like squeezed his guts out. Like I bear hugged that guy. Like you're not going to fall in my watch, my friend. I love that.
I mean, that's about the only tips and tricks. Like just keep it simple. I do like to stick to at least like their bedtime though when Matt's out of town because that means like I still get like my time.
Yeah.
And my time means cleaning up the house, getting caught up on dishes, like maybe getting to read a book, but I need that like headspace to like be able to just get my life together before the next day. Yes. So
you know that my son's nocturnal, and so therefore he does not go to sleep before me ever.
He tells you when to go to bed.
He tells us when to go night-night. But yeah, I'm very fortunate in the fact that like he will watch a movie. So like after dinner or whatever, I can turn a movie on and go do dishes.
Yeah.
And like something about Connor not being here, I find it easier to accomplish all the tasks by myself. And I think that's because which I need to be more this way in regular life because poor Connor comes home from working outside all day and then I'm like, the dishes help.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely capable of doing it on my own, but I get into a routine. Is someone choking and dying out there?
Nah. They're good.
Probably my dog. But I get into a routine where I'm like so much better at getting my tasks done, like putting the laundry away, doing the dishes, and then he comes home and I'm like, help me, I'm broken and I have to sit on the couch.
I will say when Matt gets home from being out of town, I'm like, that's whenever I'm broken. All of a sudden, I'm like, you get the next diaper, you get bath time. Like I'm depleted.
Good luck.
It was a lot different. Like not to take away from like your struggles, but it was a lot different when there was one. And
it's one-on-one defense.
Now having two with one and a 1.5-year-old, like it's just so different. And by the time he gets home, I'm just like depleted. Depleted.
Which I think we'll see the kind of opposite thing as time moves on. Well, Fielding will get older too, but when Addie and when Tucker's probably a year from now, more independent,
easier.
It's going to be such a game changer and they'll entertain each other so much more. That's what's going to be challenging for me being a parent of an only child is like, I don't know what that's going to look like whenever he's like Addie's age and wants so much more stimulation, but then I'll probably just drop him off at your house.
Perfect.
Slow down.
Yes.
No breaks.
Just tumble him out.
Bye.
Addie's going to go be out there and catch him.
Good luck.
And she'll entertain him the whole time. So
it was really sweet. When y'all got here, Fielding was like, Addie.
I know.
And he was reaching for it. And she said
sweet.
that she was walking past him and he reached out for her and wanted her.
Yes.
And cried because he couldn't get to Addie at daycare.
Literally, Addie was like, I said hi to Fielding, and when he saw me, he started crying because he couldn't get to me because he was having to go home with
my baby.
I know. I was like, oh, he loves her so much.
Baby.
But
he does. He loves both of them so much.
I do have some mom trauma.
Oh, let's hear it.
I mean, it's not that bad, but so there's like a little spot in our house, right? It's been there for a couple of days at least. I don't know. Of like chocolate that like one of the kids dropped, and it's one of those spots I walk by it every time, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it, and then
I'll get it in 5
busy.
minutes. 3 days later.
Well, earlier, this just happened.
I can predict what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Tucker was laying on the ground like in the hallway, and I was like, oh, he must be so tired. But he gets up. No joke. No. He gets up. He has chocolate all over his face, like the drool chocolate.
I literally knew.
And I went and looked at the spot, and it was gone. He licked it off the ground.
I knew the end of that story as soon as you started talking was that Tucker was going to eat the floor chocolate.
He licked it off the ground, and it's been there for a while.
Texture. This chocolate's
like,
crunchy.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, like I've got to get those spots off the floor now.
He said,
who would have thought that he would lick it?
Mom, I'm tired of looking at this. Someone's got to do something. I'm a man of action.
I'm really hungry
I'm going to eat this chocolate off the ground. Well, and like, of course, one of your kids would be like,
but like literally licked it up, licked it off the ground.
That's why you call him your puppy. He is.
No, literally
is your puppy.
Oh my God. Do you have any mom
I love that man. Honestly, my mom trauma today was dropping Fielding off. Like, I know I already talked about it.
Yeah.
My God, it was a bad way to start the day. By the time I got to the gynecologist this afternoon, my blood pressure was high. And she's like, are you nervous to be here? I was like, no, I think I'm just still decompressing from life.
Yeah.
So that wasn't great.
I keep thinking that drop off will get easier, and they do tell me like Tucker, once he's there, like literally after 1 minute, he's totally fine and smiling.
They say something about Fielding,
and so like I just have to keep that in mind. But I'm like, surely like the routine of things, and I joked like, oh, he gets so happy in the mornings when we're leaving, and he doesn't realize we're going to daycare yet. Well, today was the day. My karma caught up with me for saying that because he definitely knew it. I was getting him dressed, and he was crying, and then it's just like so stressful because I'm like already trying to get out the door. I had a parent calling me. Yeah. It was just a lot, and I'm like, surely he'll get used to it.
Fielding started to recognize when we were pulling into the parking lot. Yeah. He knows the building.
I just never went through this with Addie. She's always been such a social butterfly that like she was willing to go to daycare.
Which is really funny that she never was that way, because I feel like out of the 3 kids, I would say like Addie was so attached to you.
Yes.
I mean, I guess Fielding's so attached to me. It's hard to know because like Addie was such an isolated experiment. There were no other kids to compare her to.
She was very, very attached.
But she was like, she would cry with Matt. And so it's like, it's so funny that she didn't care about going to daycare. And then like Fielding and Tucker are kind of independent, like play-wise. Yeah. Like they don't necessarily need us to do things with them all the time.
They're both pretty chill too.
And they both cannot handle partying with us.
I know. Well, and I think having like us all summer because Matt came home and like they were piled up on me still, and he's like, I've been gone like all week, and I just had to explain it like I was home with them all summer, and now like I'm dropping them off for a couple of hours a day, literally 5 hours, and just enough time to like get a little bit done and do some work. But they're still just like, it's just like little magnets. So
I am right there with you.
Did we have any mom traum submissions, or are people slacking?
People are slacking.
Send them in.
They don't want us to know their strife. They want us to talk about it alone. I feel like I do have random ones that come in, and then like if people send them to me super randomly, I forget.
I know.
Oh wait, no, your sister. Hers was that she was.
What was hers?
She was trying to feed Sophia her baby.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
So
I knew there was one.
She's about to be a year-old. She's not there yet. But Sophia was sitting in her lap, and she was she was like facing away from her, and Lauren kept trying to feed her. Was it mac and cheese or something?
Probably not mac and cheese, but
sorry,
it's probably
butternut organic
like
squash.
Something like super healthy.
Yeah.
What was it? I don't remember.
I swear it was something like that. Anyways, she was like, why don't this
like
kid
peas
eat
or something?
This food? And then she realized she was shoving the food into her nostrils.
Not her mouth. Instead of her mouth. And Sophia's like Tucker, where she loves her food. So Sophia, was so mad about it not being in her mouth, and it's just in her nose.
I was like, sick. Nice. Honestly, same.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah, that was about it. But cheers and jeers.
Yeah. Cheers would be that we got to go to Austin and spend so much time with both my nieces, and it's funny because the kids like they all like get along, but then at the same time they all take turns like having like a little fit or like crying.
Well,
and
there's
so
4
it's like
kids.
Constantly somebody. But it was just so fun like watching like Tucker and Sophia connect. We have some really cute pictures of like both of them just smiling at each other, and Tucker was like trying to hug her. It was so sweet.
Tucker's an angel.
He's so sweet. And then like Gianna and Addie got to play, like they played the whole time and like played so well together for the most part.
That's so good.
Besides like regular like sharing and stuff. So that would be my cheers, and then jeers would be, making poor decisions as a 30-year-old and ending up with a 2-day hangover. So life will get better.
Rip.
I will see the light at the end of this tunnel starting tomorrow morning, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. What if you don't? It's a 3-day hangover.
No.
Please update us.
Uh-oh.
Someone's
I hear.
hurt. I wonder if the mics are going to pick that up.
Definitely. That's Tucker crying.
Oh, I didn't think it was anyone else. I don't think I know Tucker's cries. I'm his second mom. Please.
I mean, I guess for the abyss.
My jeers.
He's so mad. Where
are y'all getting him?
Matt?
Connor?
Cut.
Okay.
Recut.
My jeers is probably I mean, I literally already said it. Oh, that's my mom trom. I mean, just this Monday in general has been a jeers. Cheers. Oh, I had a good one. Oh, Fielding learned how to say love you.
Yes,
and it's been so cute. I have actually a couple of cheers. Fielding learned how to say love you. I lost the other ones. Oh, a massive update in life. I went viral on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So now I went from 50 followers to 103 or whatever. So
our joke, though, is that the video didn't even have you in it.
That is correct.
It's mainly just me.
I have found the problem. And apparently it is me being in the video. I made like a silly little TikTok. It's almost got 500,000 views now.
No, it's insane.
So crazy. And then I realized about 200,000 views in, oh, I'm not even in this. My hand is in it. And it's you, Matt, and Connor, and I'm not even freaking in it. This video that's going viral, I'm like, this is bullshit. Don't worry. The TikTok I posted right after, 200 views.
Make it make sense.
But cool. Fucking cool. But you know, I asked for it. Ask and you shall receive. Virality.
You shall receive.
You shall receive it. My life hasn't changed overnight, if you're wondering.
I wish it had, because that would mean by proxy that I could also
seriously
like maybe make a couple dollars. I don't
literally
know.
Well, and I even tagged the podcast in it.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, "Did you get any more followers?" And you were like, "No, not a one." I mean, I barely to have a video that's got 500,000 views.
Well, and like 20,000 likes, so it's not like people are watching it and hating it.
28,000 shares.
Yeah.
I gained 50 followers.
No, 50 is good though.
No, it's good, but it's like 28,000 people share this.
It doesn't make sense. But think about all of the random TikToks you like and you don't go follow them.
28,000 people. That's a Taylor Swift concert. You can't give your girl a follow? Just kidding. It's fine. I don't want to be like that thirsty, but it's just funny. Like,
no, I feel like it's funny how the algorithm and just how social media works.
Well, it's just funny that like I literally was just bitching that I haven't gone viral on TikTok, and then I do, and then nothing changes.
I mean, I've bitched about it and nothing's happened.
God is going to reward you soon. He's going to say, here, baby girl. You know what it is? You have to exclude yourself and only put me in it.
That's true. Well, let's try it. Let's reverse Uno our TikToks and see what happens. Maybe I'll go viral.
I think I'm bad luck.
I just know that Matt's cousin went viral and it was on his golf page, but still like he got invites to like all of these different golf courses, people wanting their merch. And I'm like, so you go viral and nothing.
No, it's a we. You're the star of the video. But also like I have surpassed them in views and likes and shares now.
Make it make sense.
Can someone please offer me something?
Yes. Like, just a free sample.
I'll take like a TikTok shop shitty light.
Yeah.
Something to make me feel good. Something to make you feel good.
Literally.
It's fine. But yeah, those are my cheers.
That was pretty fun to like keep.
It was cool. Yeah.
Like, oh, the views.
Well, and like it jumped. Like we were like, oh no way, we're gonna make it to 100,000, and then it was like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, and today it's almost at 500,000. It's like insane. Holy shit! Like,
and then realizing, wait, that many people have seen it.
Like,
it's crazy.
Have seen you, not me. I'm still flying under the radar.
And like, of course, because it was a 5-second clip that you took. Like, we were sitting outside. Yeah. I'm sweaty. You can see.
No, you
like
look
how greasy.
Dewy.
Oh no,
you look dewy and beautiful.
Thank you.
It's true.
My hat was up too high because I had put my hair up because it was like so high.
Stop being so critical. You looked amazing in that video.
Thank you. Maybe that's why I did so well. I'm just kidding.
It was all a facade. She was fishing. She was fishing, and I took that fucking bait. You bitch.
I'm a piranha.
You bamboozled me. I thought you were like, oh.
No, I was being for real. I look so greasy in it, but whatever. I'll take your compliment.
That's the trend right now. It's looking wet.
That's so true.
I tried to not set my face with powder today, and it all just wiped off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not made for this dewy finish.
The trick is you powder. You still like do a little bit of powder, but then you spray your dewy finishing spray.
That's what I do,
which is Elf.
Yeah.
Your skin always looks good though. So
oh my God, stop!
I know now you're fishing.
Not me. Does my skin usually look good to you?
No. When you ask that way.
I've just been feeling really insecure about my skin lately. What do you think, Courtney?
It's just beautiful. All those e.l.f. products have really like chef's kiss.
Literally,
on your
I'm
skin.
using the cheapest products I've ever used.
I love
like
e.l.f.
My skin is looking better than usual. Yeah.
That's it, folks. There you have it. I am going to go cook dinner and enjoy some time with Matt before he heads off into the sunset. And
another one. Matt's out of town, everybody. Rob Kortnie. Kill her. This week's a good time.
What if that happens? And you're
That'd be terrible.
Look back at this video and then feel really bad about it.
It'd be foreshadowing.
But you said it.
They discuss you on My Favorite Murder.
Or you're going to be the prime suspect.
Oh my God.
Because
that would be terrible. That would be such a bad turn of events. Wow.
You're going to have to cut that.
Just kidding. I'm not. Courtney's alive. Matt's not going anywhere. Courtney, shut the fuck up. Matt's not going anywhere. Courtney's good. I have to go eat my fillet of fish.
Okay. Love y'all.
We love you.
Thanks for joining in.
See you next week. Toodles poodles. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.